In 1980, the means-stamping 18 and under baseball team had a season like no other from Saginaw County had done before.
It's hard to say exactly when, but we knew we had a ball club. We knew we had some kids that when they went into second base, the dust was going to fly.
I think we knew that we were pretty good.
Our arms in the outfield probably threw as well as the Detroit Tigers do today, and I'm not exaggerating that.
You know, when we would be practicing, taking batting practice or whatever, if a plane happened to go overhead, you know, the skipper would always kind of point up to the sky at the plane, and that was our goal, to get on the plane and go to Farmington. You know, that was what we were shooting for.
After finishing with a spotless regular season in Saginaw Township's Recreation Connie Mack Baseball League, the Stampers captured the district and regional championships, earning them the right to represent the North Central region at the Connie Mack World Series in Farmington, New Mexico.
The game that we won in Saginaw to get out of the district was against a team out of Grosse Pointe. And that was a barn burner right to the end. And my cousin Mark hit a home run to win the game. You know, that was a fantastic baseball game. And, you know, that was a very, very good team that we beat that day.
So you're from Michigan. That's a plus. You're a lot tougher.
That team, it was a family, and they refused to lose.
It was so cool when we first got there. You know, when you get off the plane.
At the World Series, Means claimed a 6-2 victory over Long Island, New York, in the championship game to become the first and only Saginaw team ever to claim the Connie Mack National Championship. The game was a repeat of the championship game in 1978 when Long Island got the upper hand on Means to take the title.
Just a feeling I had. You get to know the kids. And the kids, they could play so well under pressure. When you're going in the hole and backhanding, Miller plants it and throws a P across right to the first baseman. And what it could mean the game, it happened. They could make the play when they had to make the play.
The best recollection, I guess, would probably be the last out of the last game. I was playing first base. It was a ground ball to, I don't remember where it was, but it was either back to the pitcher or second base, I think. And I caught the ball, and we ended up in a pile in the middle of the field. And I remember seeing Jim Leibinger just screaming his brain off at the bottom of the pile.
Even the first time we went out to New Mexico in '78, they were floored that out there. I mean, the other teams were good teams, but they were floored at how well we threw the ball.
Means Stamping posted a 5-1 record in the tourney with its lone setback coming at the hands of Joliet, Illinois, 7-6.
They didn't lose a game until out in New Mexico. It's a double elimination tournament, and that was the only game they lost all year.
Means blanked Puerto Rico 10-0 on a no-hitter by Jay Fillion, just the second no-hitter in Connie Mack World Series history.
The first game we played Puerto Rico, and Jay Fillion threw a no-hitter. And as a matter of fact, I have the ball signed.
The Stampers' other victories came against New York 4-2, while beating Marietta, Georgia twice, 2-1 in extra innings and 8-3. Veteran skipper Wendell Namer was the team's manager, and coaches were Al Luplo and Tommy Armstrong.
Stories that they have in Al had in the major leagues, and his knowledge, and Wendell's and his scouting knowledge.
Team members included Fillion, Brian Criss, Mark Warner, Mark Luplo, Craig Thigeson, Brett Luplo, Ron Henneke, Keith Miller, Dan Hare, Dave LaPrairie, Brian Beeg, Mike Lutz, Brian Abel, Jim Leibinger, Tom Vermeesh, Rob Urban, and Dan Cronkwright. Means finished the 1980 season with a 34-1 record, which included a 30-game win streak. The team's uniform was enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame at Cooperstown, New York. Namer sent uniform number 7, Henneke's uniform, to Cooperstown, as Henneke, who batted .500 during the tournament, was a 3-year standout for Means and was also a member of the 1978 team. Henneke, Miller, and Fillion all were named to the Connie Mack World Series All-Star team.
Ron, who went through a personal tragedy that a lot of us would never make it through, and to come out as the most valuable player at the World Series and everything else is a real testimony to him and to other players that we had on that team.
Wendell Namer, the legendary coach, passed away January 28, 2012, at age 81.
The thing about Wendell, probably separate from that, was that you knew that he cared. You know, he really tried to get all of us into college playing baseball if that's what we wanted to do.
Wendell We called him Wendy. He was so even-keeled.
He was very quiet, especially when you were doing what you were supposed to do. He could get your attention very quickly by a look or a movement, but he didn't say a whole lot.
Yeah, he knew the game. You know, he knew more baseball than all of us put together, all those players at that point in our lives.
You know, Wendell and I became so close. He was like a second father to me.
He was truly like a father figure to me, and I really respected that.
My older son, who's a West Point grad, I think part of the things that I learned from Wendell, just in life in general, imparted on them too.
He would always say before the game, or I'd always go, it's a great day for a ball game. I'd always say that to him, and he'd say, let's play two.
His legacy he left behind is amazing. The kids, well, the kids that he helped and what he did.
If you put on that uniform for Wendell Namer, you were always a Stamper for life.